Well, here is what we're doing today. We're going to try to make this video a little shorter than the last few videos that I've done here. We are going to seed everything down that we had weed on. We're going to seed it down to alfalfa. And today we're going to get started with that. Andrew is over on this farm right now. He is roller harrowing this ground ahead of the grain drill. The girls have picked all the stones over here. Charlotte and Alex picked the stones with both skid steers, and then there was some handwork that they had to do over on the back road there that took them a considerable amount of time because there was a couple of old barn foundations that my father cleaned up, and they had to pick the stone where the old barns were. What we have here is a Riteway land roller. We just purchased this land roller, and what we plan on using this for is to pack the seedings in after we run through the grain drill with the grain drill to plant the alfalfa. And then we're also going to use this intermittently throughout the year to take care of the fields that have the softball sized stones that kind of work their way up to the surface, but I don't think we'll have to do that on these fields here that we seed down. Now, the prior practice here, the practice that we have done prior to buying this unit is we would run the roller harrow with the teeth down ahead of the grain drill, and then just run the rollers on the roller harrow afterwards, just to pack the ground, kind of push any of the stones that weren't worthy enough of picking. You get some of these stones here that you're not going to pick a stone like that, but if you come in and knock that in with the roller harrow, then the merger doesn't pick it up. The pickup head teeth on the chopper don't pick it up. But we have had some problems the last couple years with having to go in and seed down and reseed in the spring, and when we have to do that, this would work great for that as well. This roller here is 36 foot wide, and it has the larger, thicker rolls to it. This is made by Riteway. There's a couple other companies that make these. Dagelman probably has the best roller, and that one is about twice the cost of this one. This one was right around 50 grand, and they do sell a few different sizes. I think there's a 32 footer, and then I think there might even be a 40 footer. If I remember right, this one weighs 22,000 pounds. There's nothing in the rolls. It's just all heavy metal here, and that's all you really need to be able to run across this ground. So what we did is we have the grain drill over here on this farm. It's parked in a building up there. Andrew brought the roller harrow over here, and rather than having too many tractors rolling here today, I brought the roller over with the tractor that I'm going to run on the grain drill. I'm going to unhook from this, hook on to the grain drill, and then once Andrew gets done with the roller harrow over here, he can hook onto the roller and come in behind me with the grain drill and then pack these seedings in. Then we'll have to come back over here and get this roller or the roller harrow, one or the other. I plan on putting a baler over here, parking a baler in one of these barns, because we are done using them. All you do to unfold it, well, we'll get into unfolding it and whatever once he gets hooked on to this. We need to shorten up these videos a little bit, and I do realize I get a little long-winded, and I try to well, I don't try to put too much content in one video, but I get rambling on, and then it just doesn't end correctly, and I end up with a 45-minute video. So we're going to try to shorten this one up. So I'm going to shut my mouth now, and we're going to get hooked onto the grain drill. Well, we are making our second time around the field here. Conditions are pretty good. They're nice and dry. Andrew's right over there with the other 8320 on the roller harrow. He is just about done in that field there, and then he's got a couple of fields to do across the road. And then he'll be getting hooked onto that land roller. The dust is rolling here pretty good. There's not a lot that you can see here. But we'll keep motoring along. We had a pretty good sized thunder shower that ran through. I got maybe 10 drops here about a half hour ago, and about a mile south or mile north of here, it poured. So we'll just keep plugging away. We'll join back up with you once we get rolling with the roller. Well, we are just getting hooked onto the roller here. We're a lot later than we figured on. If you happen to notice, this isn't quite the tractor that I had planned on using. The old 8320, we've had some issues with the engine wire harness, and that has been fine up until this point. It's been on a manure pump for a couple of weeks, has not had a problem until today. So we had to go all the way back to the farm, get this tractor. This is a 7730. This was hooked to a lime spreader. We had to get it unhooked. We ended up cleaning up the big baler. We got about half of that done earlier today. And we finished cleaning it up and we put it in this red barn here. It is about 7 o'clock right now on Sunday evening. And we're just firing up with this land roller. So we're gonna get into the field that I've already planted. We're gonna help Andrew get set up with it. And then we're gonna cut him loose. And we'll just have to see how he does, right? You're not gonna break it, are you?
I don't think so.
Looks like it's built pretty good.
Unless you bought a cheap roller.
Yeah, I don't think we bought a cheap one. This isn't a Dagelman. A Dagelman's about twice the money that one of these is. This is equivalent to a main Daco. I don't know if I explained that earlier on in the video or not here, but the trouble with the main Daco rollers, and the dealership that we bought this roller from, they used to sell main Daco, but main Daco has more or less priced themselves out of the market here. So we ended up with the Riteway brand roller. So hopefully it does the job that it needs to do, or else we'll have a pile of scrap iron here, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll get him up into the corner of this field here. We'll explain to him how to unfold it. We'll get it unfolded, and then we'll cut him loose on packing this field. This field is planted. This is all I've got done so far, about 30 acres. And we've just been having a lot of issues. The 8320R, that needs brakes. That keeps plugging the hydraulic filter. Pull up here out of the way every so often. So we've got to get that home, and we've got to get on the job of doing the brakes. Okay, this is good right here. All right, you're gonna come with me, and we're going to explain a few things. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to explain to Andrew how to go about getting this set up to unfold itself, to put it in the field position here. So what we have is a couple of pins, and hopefully these are loose. Yep. All right, so we're gonna pull these pins out here. They are to keep the oscillating wheels stationary for when you go down the road. So we're gonna pull them out, and then we've also got these frame stop brackets here, and then what we're gonna do with these, this just keeps it from dropping on the road. What we're gonna do is we unpin that, pin that up into this position, and basically you only need to do that when you are going down the road. So let's do a couple of setup things here, and we will join up with you here in a second. So he's got to get going downhill or on the level, and we have not done this quite correctly here. When I did this earlier, it was in the gravel driveway. Now we've got to get so the sun is not affecting us here. All right, number 2, pull it back. All right, so he should be able to go. Now we're probably gonna have trouble with that side there because that one might climb up the hill. Go forward a little bit. Go that way. Go that way. All right, so that worked a little better. We need to get the unit around. Okay, go down. Go down. Number 1. Number 1 up. Number 1. Okay, go back up. Try backing up. Try. Oh, come on. Come on, hold it. Come on, back up. Go forward. Number 2. Now back up. Had to manipulate it a little bit because we're not on a level spot here. So once he gets that around, gotta go back a little farther. All right, go down. Now what he has to do is he has to go all the way down with it, and then these locks are gonna come around. It's saddled in on both sides, and then go down all the way. Number 1, you got to go down all the way. Now it's going to lock them locks. Keep going. Keep going. It picks the center transport lock up out of the way. And then the other thing it does is it picks up the wing wheels. And now it is ready to go ahead and start in the field. Now we're obviously gonna have to play with things when it comes to folding and unfolding when you're not quite on level. All right, you're good to go. Back up first and then start. All right, he's good to go. I don't know if he's got quite enough room to swing here, but he should have enough room. I just wanted him to back up some so that he could make this swing. The damn tractor's set up to plant corn, and that tractor there does not turn too short. All right, go ahead. He ain't got enough room to get turned around here. All right, we will touch base with him in a little while here. Yeah. Well, Andrew is just about done packing this field here. You can see the sun is starting to go down. It is 20 after 8 right now, and we are going to be rolling on out of here. I don't know if he's got the paint wore off of those rollers yet or not. But I thought by now, once he got done doing this field here, that rolls would be a nice shiny silver, but it looks as though that isn't quite the case. So once he rolls by us here, we'll show you what kind of a job that does. This is the grain, fresh grain drill ground here. We've got a couple of stones on top of the ground that would cause a problem if you were running the haybine over the top, but the haybine's got tall shoes on it. They're about 1.5 inches or so, and then the knife is about 1.5 inches above that, so we leave about 3 inches of stubble. And most generally stones like that wouldn't cause any problem. However, it's the merger, the tines on the merger stick down and rub the ground, and it'll pick up, the chopper won't necessarily pick up a stone that big, but it'll pick up one that's slightly smaller than it. So it looks like this roller's doing the job that it needs to do, and Andrew says it doesn't need any horsepower to pull it, which is understandable because it's just it's just rolling across the ground. But it's doing a pretty good job here. It's leaving a nice tight packed surface, and I think this is going to do really well for us as far as leaving a really nice flat seed bed. So that is going to do it for this video. We are run out of daylight, and I need to get Junior home so that he can get back at this tomorrow. Got a bunch of geese on the hill over there. They've been here most of the afternoon. I don't know what they're hanging around for, but they must be picking through what they can, and they have just flown off. So that's gonna do it, folks. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you at the next video.